Hey guys, what is up? It is Bibs07 here again, and welcome to another RuneScape 3 vlog here today. Just going to be talking a little bit about how I dodged a bullet, in a way, as well as a few little comments on the hot fixes that Jagex released for Menaphos yesterday, the 7th of June. So, yeah, first of all, how did I dodge a bullet in the game here? Well, you can see, well, actually, you can't see because I'm doing this weird screen thing again, but I'll just do it in some stupid way. Hold on. Let me withdraw. And if I show you guys right here in the price checker, I've got almost 1.4 bill cash going. Not trying to show it off or anything. This is relevant to what I want to talk about. So, as you guys know, if you watched my video titled my luck is crazy, that's the title, my luck is crazy, you will know that I managed to assemble a Telos orb set, 3 of the orbs, the anima, the pure anima, corrupted anima, and volcanic anima orbs, not necessarily in that order, and I managed to do this in only, I guess you would say only, 225 Telos kills, which is comparatively low according to some people that I know. One of the people in my clan has 650 kills and only has 1 orb, and he also has gotten 1 ability codex. But he also has the warden title. Like, I'm pretty sure he either streaks around the same as me or even better, more than likely better than me. So poor guy, really. I don't know. I don't know how early he started doing streaks is the thing, because I'd say I started doing some pretty decent streaks quite early on in my Telos experience compared to most people. But regardless, I got insanely lucky at the boss. There's no way around it. I got a full orb set in under 100 kills, pretty much. If you look at the 3 drops I got, because I got the first one at 133 and I got the last one at 225. So that's within 100 kills. That's 3 orb drops, which is, it's insane. That's all there is to say about it. It's insanely lucky compared to almost every drop rate I've ever seen for the boss. So definitely pretty happy with that. But as I said in my video about the subject, I saw on the forums, I do keep tabs on the high level weapon status forum post quite often just to see the prices of things, and the Saren Godbow was over 1.1 bill for quite a few, I would say at least a few weeks, if not months at this point, when I got mine. So I was pretty confident in selling it, but when I did go to check the price in the video, it had just recently dipped below 1.1 bill and was hovering around 1.08 mark, so 1080 mil. And if I pull up my Grand Exchange history, I still have it in here, actually, right there. You can see the Saren Godbow. I did end up selling it for 1079, basically. So 1079 mil. And yeah, that was quite nice. I was a few days before Menaphos came out, I think. I'm not sure exactly. It was at least a week ago now. Probably more than that. Week and a half or so ago from here. And if we pull up the high-level weapon status forums at this point, I'm not actually going to pull this onto the screen because it is too big, but well, actually, I guess I could do that really quick. If we look at the most recent price postings, which are, yeah, it's right here. The Saren Godbow, which is this price right here, is all the way down to 993 mil, which is insane. Let me quickly just look so I can be 100% sure on this. Well, actually, I could just, oh no, I'm not going to do that. Or yeah, I could just go to YouTube really quick, and just see. Let's see what the thing says really quick for you guys, what the day of it was that I sold it, because I did sell it that same day that I uploaded the video, so I could just quickly look. My luck is crazy. So that was on June 4th. So that was only 4 days ago. What? I thought it feels like it's been such a long time. I guess with the Menaphos update and everything. But in just 4 days, it's dropped 86 mil. And I basically I was honestly contemplating keeping the bow and testing it out at racks and at necks and raids and stuff like that. Thank God that I did not do that, because I would have lost 86 mil just keeping it for 4 days. It's insane. For some reason, Telos weapons have been crashing quite badly in the recent couple of days. If you guys did see on the most recent price for the ZGS is 956, but this guy bought one for 944, so it's going down even more from there, which is just crazy. I don't know what's causing this exactly, but somewhat related, I guess. Nox weapons are also on the rise. The Scythe is all the way up to 271, which is crazy. It's been hovering around 250 or 240 for the last few months, and it's gone up a ton recently. Same with the Noxious weapons, which have been hovering around one, or not. The staff and the bow, of course. Those are. The Scythe is also a Noxious weapon, but those have been hovering around 130 to 135 for the last few months. And they've all of a sudden experienced a bit of a price rise. They're up to 144 each. And for some reason, the Telos weapons have just been steadily dropping. I don't know what the cause of it is, but it's definitely something to be aware of. And it makes it feel like doing Telos is not quite as worth it at this point. Obviously, the orbs are still worth quite a bit, but I bought my Dormant Saren Godbow for about 70 mil. So at this point, you're making a little bit, like round about 900 mil with an orb set, as opposed to over a bill, which it was before. So, it's still good, but it depends on your luck, really, because if you're stuck dry with so long at Telos, like the person in my clan was, who has over 600 kills with only one orb, it's really not going to end up being too worth your time. In that case, you would be better off camping racks or doing something else. So I don't know. It's pretty crazy. The Staff of Sliske is almost down to max cash at this point. Someone up here bought one for max cash in the GE. Obviously, they probably had their offer in there for a long time, but they did get it for max cash in the GE, and that's pretty significant considering it's been over max cash for a very long time, even around 2.5 to 2.7 for quite a while, and it's come down to around 2.2 at this point, which is, I don't know, it's pretty crazy. The Praestal Wand has also dropped at about 200 mil over the last few weeks. It used to be around 1.6 when I first started doing AOD. Or like when I first learned it, and now it's all the way down to 1.4. So that's also pretty significant. I don't know what's causing the drop in price, but it's important to remember that the Telos items, like the staff, the ZGS, and the Saren Godbow, are all linked. Their prices are always going to be permanently linked, because you have the orb set, and that can go into making any one of the weapons. Similarly, in a way, to how the Rax weapons are all linked in price. But it's not exactly the same, because the hilts at Rax are not tradable. The leg is the thing that's tradable, so it's not quite the same. It would be as if the orb set was tradable at Telos, and then the dormants were untradable. It's not quite the same, so it doesn't really work out to the same sort of math. But basically, the orb set is always going to be worth 900 mil at this point. But as it goes down, I mean, the price of dormants is already pretty damn low. Like a Dormant Saren Godbow being only 70 mil, compared to when a Fang at a Raxor is even worth more than that. But a Dormant Saren Godbow being only 70 mil, and then you compare that to like the Staff of Sliske, which is over a bill for the dormant. But they're always going to be linked. Like, eventually, if the prices go down enough, the Dormant Staff of Sliske will probably drop in price to be much lower than the price of, like, just the orb set on its own, even though right now it's way more. So it's really interesting to watch the trends with these prices. It's also kind of hard to tell, like, in this case, what is actually dropping in price. Is it the orb set that's dropping in price, or is it the dormant that's dropping in price? Obviously, in this case, it has to be both, because it's dropped over 80 mil, so it's over the price of the dormant on its own. So you could probably get the dormant for less than 70 mil now, but then again, the orb set isn't going to be worth as much either. So it is definitely interesting to think about, and I would caution anyone who's thinking about getting into Telos to at least wait and see what happens with these prices, because at the moment they are on a serious downward trend, and I just logged into the lobby, but they're on a serious downward trend, and it's important to recognize that, and make sure you don't go buying a tier 92 weapon, especially if it's going to be a majority of your bank. But yeah, just wanted to go on a little ramble about that, talk about how I kind of dodged a bullet by selling it off as soon as I could, and I managed to avoid losing over 80 mil in just a few days by holding on to the weapon. Thank God for that. But one other thing I wanted to talk about, like I said, was the Menefos hotfixes that they released yesterday. And it's really nothing significant. It's still embarrassingly bad how poor Menefos is done. A lot of people left comments on my last video talking about how you do know it's supposed to be a mid-level city, etc. And it's just like, yes, I do know that. In fact, I mentioned that in the video. I said it's supposed to be a mid-level city, but still, regardless of that, it does not excuse, and this is the comment that I left those people, it does not excuse the lack of content and the ridiculous grind for the reputation. It's just like there's no real point to having such a long grind to artificially lengthen the amount of content in the city, because there's just so little content. It's really just sad. It's pathetic, honestly, if that's kind of a word that comes to mind. Like, how can they pretend that this like, how can they have thought that this was going to live up to the hype with so little content? It's such a shallow amount of things to do. Like, you can do mining, woodcutting, or fishing. You can do shifting tombs. You can try and grind out the rep to get the quest done, although that's just a pain in the ass. You can do the new Slayer dungeon, or you can do the Sunken Slayer pyramid. And that's it. Is that not it? You can maybe pickpocket the workers, but that's manual pickpocketing. Nothing compared to Prif, of course. Ever since they released the auto pickpocketing at the elves, it's just like any other form of pickpocketing feels so tedious and like a chore, but still, I mean, it's mid-level. It's mid-level, I'll give you that. They shouldn't be auto-pickpocket at mid-level, I guess. That should only be reserved for high-level, but still, I don't know how good XP those are, and they're probably nothing compared to Pyramid Plunder regardless, or the Menefite Thugs. So, yeah, they changed a few things. I don't even know what this is. The Corrupted Scorpion Pet now spawns in more accessible locations, whatever the hell that is. Who really cares about that? The Corrupted Scorpion Pet, like what? And then something about the city quests. I never even understood what these city quests are. They didn't really talk about them in the update at all, and I haven't seen anybody posting about them on Reddit, so I haven't looked into them myself. I honestly haven't even been playing the game RS3 too much in the past few days. I've been playing a lot on my old school hardcore Iron Man, which I am going to be releasing a new progress video for in the next day or two, because I have just been grinding on there like a crazy person. I don't know what came over me, but I just sort of have been enjoying the Iron Man game on there, and I felt like I needed a bit of a break from RS3 PVM after that Telos grind, because that was quite intensive. But yeah, the only real thing that is even an update in this hotfix notes that's like even worth talking about is that the shifting tombs have been updated to be more solo friendly, with a cap on the number of sarcophaguses you can get in solo. So that is good, I guess, just to avoid you from having to find 5-man teams all the time if you want to get any semblance of efficiency in doing the shifting tombs in terms of getting rep or even just going for the XP. I'll quickly hop over there and just try and jump in a few of them to see what the cap is. It should be 3. I would say 3 is a good cap for the number of sarcophaguses in a shifting tomb solo, as in my experience, because usually, like, a lot of the time I would get like 5 sarcophaguses and then like 3 chests and like a bunch of corruption, and it was just like straight ass. Like, there was no way I was ever going to be able to complete all of those objectives without being, and then get out on time. So definitely not a soul obelisk. Who the hell knows what that is? But yeah, let's just hop in here really quick and see. Oh yeah, by the way, you can right click on these and go to any of the districts, which I never knew until like I saw it on Reddit, and I thought you had to go in and then walk out, but it doesn't really matter that much. Let's go jump straight into a solo. Okay, 3 is there just, can I just leave like instantly? That would be pretty nice. I would like to leave, but it doesn't look like I can. I'm just gonna try and get to the exit. Hello, can we walk? Can we walk this game? I do not want to be here right now, but I want to check. 3, I think, is a reasonable cap in my experience, because otherwise you just simply don't have time, regardless of how fast you're going or like how quick you can enter the combinations in for the tombs answers and stuff. And I don't even, can I just log out please, because I don't want to do this. I'm already bored. Honestly, I just got there and I'm already bored because the shifting tombs are just so ass. Like, I'm so disappointed with those. I can't even begin to say, okay, thank the Lord, it kicked me out. Let's see, three again. Okay, it seems like they capped it at 3, which I think is definitely the right decision, because having any more than that, like having 5 or even just 4 was a little bit much, especially if you had a lot of treasure chests to open as well to complete all the objectives, because if you don't complete all the objectives, you really don't get that much XP or rep, so it's really not too much worth doing. Let's see, 3 again. Okay, so it's assumable that the cap is 3 in this case, so I'm glad they did change that. It's not even close to enough to make the city better enough to be actually like worth a damn. Like, it doesn't change the fact that it doesn't live up to the hype. It doesn't change the fact that there is very little content, and it doesn't change the fact that the rep grind is still going to be ridiculously tedious, boring, and a waste of time besides just going for the quests. So honestly, I'm still not happy with the city, but I'm glad they at least changed something. They really need to increase rep rates if they want me to even slightly alter my perspective on the update as a whole, though, because as it stands, I really can't have anything good to say about the update aside from the customizable Slayer dungeon, which is definitely very cool. Regardless of that, though, guys, I just wanted to make this vlog just to talk about the hot fixes as well as my dodging of the 86 million GP bullet. Hope you guys did enjoy. I will see you for the next one, which will probably be that old school RuneScape hardcore Iron Man progress video within the next few days. I am pretty much done with it. Just need to get a couple more clips for the very end of the video, and yeah, I'll see you guys for that. Peace out.